Greetings, everyone. I'm the Flying Twinkie, and these are the two dogs that make all the background noise in my videos. In today's video, is this the most underrated sovereign bullion coin? And will its history change your mind? But first, if you enjoy videos about coins and precious metals, then please take a moment to subscribe to my channel by pressing that red subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Thanks for watching. I'd like to have a chat about the Austrian Silver Philharmonic and why I think it's perhaps one of the most underrated sovereign bullion coins. And I do believe that's the case. Maybe it's because I'm geographically located in the United States. I'm sure it's more popular in Europe and especially in Austria. Maybe Austrian Stacker has something to say about that. However, amongst the majority of what I've seen and heard, most people prefer the American Silver Eagle, the Canadian Silver Maple Leaf, or even a Silver Britannia before they'd buy an Austrian Philharmonic, even though it typically carries amongst the lowest premium of any sovereign coin. And maybe that's because of the coin's smaller than average diameter, or perhaps it's the odd €1.50 denomination that messes with people's zen, or perhaps the non-reeded edge, which makes the coin seem more like a silver round than a silver coin. By the way, the Mint has its reasons for all of these oddities, so stick around until the end of the video if you'd like to know what those reasons are. But the Austrian Silver Philharmonic has an interesting history, and I think this coin may deserve your second look. To understand this, let's have a look at the history of this coin's namesake. The year is 1842, and the city that gave rise to the likes of Beethoven, Mozart, and Haydn have no professional concert orchestra, and symphonic works were played by ensembles assembled for each individual occasion. The only entirely professional orchestras were found in theaters such as operas and ballets. Toward the end of the 18th century, it was Mozart who first engaged the orchestra of the Vienna Court Theater for a series of concerts, followed by Beethoven a few years later for the premiere of his first symphony. However, it wasn't until 1833 that Bavarian composer and conductor Franz Lachner founded the Künstlerverein for the sole purpose of playing symphonic works. After he had begun to use the Court Opera Theater's orchestra to play Beethoven symphonies during intervals of ballet performances. Even that, however, disbanded after only 4 concerts. It was Otto Nicolai who was appointed conductor at the Kartnertor Theater in 1841, who revived Lachner's idea a year later in 1842, conducting a grand concert presented by all the orchestra members of the Imperial Hofoperntheater, and it was called the Philharmonic Academy, and it is regarded as the origin of today's modern Vienna Philharmonic, which still holds onto the interesting principle that only a musician who plays in the Vienna State Opera Orchestra, which was originally the Court Opera Orchestra, can become a member. And that is how a city that was and is a cradle for European music came to have a Philharmonic Orchestra which struggled to come into being as almost an afterthought. More details of the orchestra's history are available on its website, which I will link below, including its golden era, early 20th century when it was finally recognized by the government as an association, the era of National Socialism, and the time during the World Wars, when Jewish artists were dismissed and the orchestra's role in the politics of the time, and finally, the modern era. And according to the orchestra's website, today, the Vienna Philharmonic is, quote, not only Austria's most highly coveted cultural export, it is also an ambassador of peace, humanity, and reconciliation, concepts which are inseparably linked to the message of music itself. If that's true, then it's no wonder Austria decided to adorn its national bullion with the Vienna Philharmonic. Now the coin's obverse depicts the great organ in the concert hall at the Musikverein, the concert hall where the Vienna Philharmonic plays. And the reverse depicts the instruments used by the orchestra, including the Viennese horn, which is much rarer and more difficult to play than the French horn, and it's somewhat unique to the Vienna Philharmonic itself. By the way, the Austrian Mint also has its own storied history, with its origins in 1194, when Richard the Lionhearted paid 12 tons of silver to Duke Leopold V of Austria, essentially laying the foundation for the Münze Österreich with a king's ransom. By the way, what of the coin's smooth edges, small diameter, and odd denomination? Well, the Silver Philharmonic was released after its gold counterpart, and the gold Philharmonic had a 37 millimeter diameter, and the Mint decided to make the silver bullion coin the same size as the gold one. So that's why it has that smaller than average diameter. Now, since the coins were the same size, and the gold bullion coin had a reeded edge, which you typically find on coins, they decided to make the silver coin with a smooth edge so that you'd be able to tell the coins apart by touch alone. And the European Union already had a €1 and a €2 coin, so it was necessary for the bullion coin to be issued in a different denomination, so €1.50 was chosen as a compromise. Well, I hope you found all of this interesting and learned something new about this underappreciated bullion coin. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, I'm the Flying Twinkie.